We're in Breckenridge, Colorado at Breckenridge Distillery here with Jordan Vai, Master Distiller here at the distillery, and we're going to take a look at the distillery today.
Well, come on in.
And it's the highest distillery in the world?
We think we are. We're not entirely sure. There's probably some Swede who'd argue that, but can I say that?
Well, you're high up here. How high are we?
Well, we're at 9,600 feet elevation here. Air's pretty thin, so the booze goes a lot further, and yeah, it's cold, as you can see.
Yeah, snowing today, in fact.
First snow of the season.
We're having a bit of an open house today.
We are. We're aging more people in here than bourbon right now. For our second annual Breckenridge Craft Distillers Festival, which you guys were gracious to come up and enjoy with us. We're doing an open house, inviting people out. We've done some barrel-aged Manhattans with our fantastic award-winning bourbon. Excuse the plug. And so I built a watermelon tower that I'm trickling vodka through as fast as I can. People seem to be enjoying it. Excuse me. But yeah, this is our barrel house. I've cleared out a lot of it for the event today. We normally have this packed right to the doors, but we have a second warehouse in Denver, luckily, that we can move stuff back and forth between. We've got about 240 barrels we can fit in this room at full capacity.
All right.
We're in the process of building on more room for that, but this is what we have for now. So, when I fill the room up, I get to stop working and go on vacation, which is pretty much what I try to do. And right through to the production room, if you care to see.
Let's take a look.
All right. This is the stage we call Worms.
Worms?
Yeah, because it looks like Dune,
right,
with the
does,
worms
yeah.
going underneath the sand. It starts with these big bubbles, and then goes into worms, and then it'll turn into spiders, and it's done.
So this is the beginning stage right now.
This is actually one step past the beginning stage. Our grain bill, several hundred pounds of grain go into our kettle with several hundred gallons of warm water, hot water. We convert at very low temperatures, very much different than a brewer would. Not very much different, but we're not looking for any residual sugars, so we're looking for full conversion. What happens just about perfectly at about 147 to 150. So it all goes into our kettle, gets agitated and left for about an hour, and the natural enzymes present on the barley start to break down the starches, which are just basically long-chain sugars. Breaks them down into smaller sugars, which the yeast can then consume.
You have a very special copper pot here. It's Vendome, and what makes it so special here in Colorado?
We do. Vendome Copper and Brass Works out of Louisville, Kentucky is one of the oldest still manufacturers in the United States. They make fantastic equipment by hand in this incredible factory over in Louisville. It's just an incredible place to be in. This is definitely designed for whiskey production. Takes a lot of runs through it to make vodka, but it's all copper inside and out. 3-plate rectifying column, so 3 fixed plates. Fairly small condenser, but we got away with that because the water up here is 38 degrees coming off the tap. I mean, it'll send you into hypothermia in about 2 minutes. But being so cold, the condenser is very, very efficient. We run it at about a gallon a minute on a hot day, as opposed to 4 or 5 gallons a minute down in a warmer climate. So we're saving a lot of water. Again, at 9,600 feet up here, the atmospheric pressure being so much lower than, say, at sea level, the solution, the beer we start with, the distiller's beer, the alcohol vaporizes off the solution at lower temperatures. So less heat input, less water usage recondensing it. The whole process is just very efficient up here at this altitude. So I'd like to say we planned it that way, but it was just a happy coincidence. After it's condensed in our condenser here, travels down through here. We measure its gravity using a simple hydrometer, a principle that Archimedes figured out like 3,000 years ago, and it all ends up in here. So this is new make malt whiskey. We
try a bit?
Yeah, please.
I like new make.
Yeah, it is.
So this is the new make.
This is the new make, 140 proof.
Oh yeah, that's nice.
Thank you. Nice and chocolatey, and got some interesting mocha notes.
A little chocolate on that.
Yeah, well, I use a lot of dark chocolate malt, so it's I use a higher percentage of heavy malted barleys in my malt whiskey, which it yields less fermentable sugars than the basic brewer's two-row. So I don't have as much fermentable sugars in my wash. It costs me more. They're very expensive, but I do it for those flavors. You know, a lot of distillers look at it like, why are you using that stuff? You can't get enough alcohol out of it, you know. And but I think the sacrifice is well worth having those interesting tail notes on it.
Oh yeah.
Not tail notes, but finishing notes. Okay, so from the receiver gets blended back to appropriate barrel strength, which in my case is 120 at 120 proof. Pump it into new American white oak barrels in the case of the bourbon, and I like to take those one-time use bourbon barrels after 3 years of aging, fill them full of malt whiskey, which is the best thing to age your malt whiskey in my opinion. It's how the Scots do it, and I think they know something about malt whiskey over there.
You're working on one right now.
Yes.
You have one aging.
Yes, we have many aging.
Several.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it'll be ready in a few years. I don't want to rush it. You can't rush malt whiskey. Hope in 4 or 5 years we'll have some to release.
Right.
And after its time in barrel, goes into processing tank, gets blended back to whatever we're going to bottle it at, and essentially it ends up right here in a box, hopefully going out for somebody to enjoy. Hopefully bring a little joy to somebody's dreary day. We're in about 18 different states. We're definitely all over Colorado, and people seem to be enjoying it, and that's good because that means I get to keep making it.
Well, we're certainly enjoying it.
Excellent. Well, I think we should go enjoy some more.
I think we need another drink.
Tom, thanks for everything coming out.
Cheers.